This is definitely my favorite time of year in the garden. It's so bountiful, and God blesses us with the best fertilizer there is, His rain. But with that also comes a problem. There can sometimes be too much of a good thing. Case in point, we have had rain, and more rain, and it has been coming down like a monsoon, and then it will stop and we will have nice sunny weather. So I'm out here in the garden after being inside for the last 2.5 days, just checking on things. First thing I'm going to check on, just like in my last video, I'm going to check on the water levels in my new rain barrel. Look at all that rain. That basically, I don't know if you can see this. This is a 55-gallon rain barrel. That basically is a little bit more than halfway full. Pretty good. I love it. What I don't love is when things get overgrown, like this lemongrass. I can't keep up with it. And when things get waterlogged. So on this side of the garden, everything is looking okay. Everything is looking good. I'm growing these beans here. I said this before, but in case you missed that, I'm growing these beans not to necessarily to eat. I want to go ahead and let them dry on the vine. I'm growing beans over here to help enrich the soil over in this corner. I've never planted here because there was a bush back there where all those little mustard greens are. And it died in the freezes, multiple freezes. It finally died and we dug up the stump. So now I'm trying to amend the soil back there. The mustard greens are gonna help with that. It's kind of like acting as a cover crop. I'm also gonna eat those though. But the beans are gonna help with nitrogen. I did pick some of these like maybe 2 weeks ago. And you can see these are not edible pods because they're bulging. The beans, the seeds on the inside are bulging. So what I did was I picked them and I took those beans out of there and I can replant those at a different time. So that's what's going on over there, and I'm not too worried about that section because that's, like I said, new, and then that over there is all new. So just trying to amend that. But here's the problem. Look at these chives. I cut them back and I shared some. I dug a few up and shared them with neighbors. The thing is, they are struggling right now, and I'll show you the ones on the other side as well. They're struggling because there's too much moisture. A lot of times we can't tell if our plants are getting too much water or not enough water because sometimes that problem, the symptom, looks the same. So like these crazy leaves on this baby collard green plant, she's struggling. She just is not. And there's some bug damage. Like, look at this. Oh no, look at there. Look at there. There's bug damage on this one. So anyway, as I was saying, sometimes you can't tell if they're overwatered or underwatered. I just happen to know that these are overwatered because it's been raining so much, and nothing I could do about that, right? That's God's good water. It's just that the ground is so soaked, and even when the sun comes out and it feels like things are drying out, you have to think like 6 to 8 inches down underneath the ground, there is a lot of moisture still underneath there. Look at this one. These babies are struggling. They can't stay upright because the ground underneath is too wet. So sometimes I will come out here and just put up a little gate to try to help keep them standing up, but look, it's just breaking off in my hand. They're just too wet. So we just have to wait and see what happens with that. Same thing is going on right here. This is my Swiss chard. It's perpetual spinach. I'm seriously considering just coming out here and pulling it up. All of this damage, this is not bug damage. There's no bugs on here at all. What's happening is the ground is way too wet. If I look down in there, the roots, those roots are insane, but there's damage to them because they get super duper wet, and then they dry out. This is from too much water. The spots, that's something different. I don't really know what that is, but There's a beneficial bug. We love that. But it's looking diseased. I don't know if you can see all these little spots on the leaves. And then these that are curled up, yes, it's the inconsistent watering and the sun and the heat and all of that. But that looks like leaf spot. So I'm just going to come out and pull this entire plant. This is more like, sorry for my shadow, 3 plants down in there. I'm just going to pull those because I do have Swiss chard growing elsewhere in the garden and it's doing quite well. What else can I show you? Apparently, I Googled this. Apparently, this is, I don't know, squirrels came in here and tried to eat this up, or I don't know what really did it, but I really need to come out here and get this corn out of my bed. Yeah, that looks really kind of scary, actually. So a lot of things are going on, and a lot of this is happening, again, like I said, because of the weather, because too much water, sometimes not enough water, too much water and too much heat. The worst thing, when I came out here earlier today, yeah, this is squirrels. Look at this, you guys. This is, that's pieces of corn. Those are animals having their way. And they can have it now, right? Like, I might just keep it there so the animals can have it. Go to town, right? Rather you go to town on that's already destroyed than to come over here and take like my cucumbers or my tomatoes or something like that. So, back to what I was saying. Cucumbers are doing fine simply because they need a lot of moisture. Cucumbers are mostly water, so they need a ton of moisture. They're not struggling. They're not suffering too much. Some of them, as a matter of fact, are not doing much at all. There's a baby cucumber in there. You see that? Oh, this little baby right here. But in other cases, like with my tomatoes need a lot of water too, but they need consistent water, not like a ton of water and then no water. They need consistent water. So these indeterminate tomatoes over here, they're doing okay. They're still growing very slowly. That's the reason I have this little makeshift arch up here so that they can climb up that. But they're growing really slowly. But all of my determinants are doing really well, as you just saw. Like I showed you the harvest on my countertop. And I've been coming out here every day and picking my tomatoes when they look like this, except not with a bird hole in it. The garden is so funny and interesting. But anyway, I pick them when they're slightly red. Let's see, show you another one back there. But as you can see, like a lot of the tops, a lot of them are cracking. That's from inconsistent water. And it's not because I'm watering it, it's because God's watering it. And then he doesn't. And then he does a lot again. And then he doesn't. That causes the cracking. That's causing all of these yellowing leaves. It's causing a lot of issues. But again, all I can do, and this is something that you learn in the garden anyway, all I can do is be patient, because there's nothing I can do about this. How are you going to dry out the ground? You cannot. You just have to wait for the sun to shine and dry things out on its own. God will bring the rains and he will bring the sunshine as well. So you can see today is a really beautiful day. This morning it was raining like cats and dogs out here. So what I'm hoping will happen is that when the sun comes out for the next, hopefully, couple of days, it won't be so scorchingly hot that it burns my plants. That's the big issue. And that's why I said that this type of weather and God's greatest fertilizer, his rain, brings us great things, but it also brings us a few little problems. And there's nothing that we can do about it but let nature just take its course. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, how I'm always sharing how the garden teaches us different lessons in life, and patience is a huge thing that it teaches us. We have to be patient to get the harvest. We have to be patient to wait for those seeds to pop up. We have to be patient about all the things. And even sometimes we think we can't grow anything, like that turmeric right there. I never thought I'd be able to grow turmeric and ginger and hibiscus and all of those things. And now I'm growing them because I was patient. I kept trying. I kept just pushing, pushing, pushing. And that is still the case now. I'm just going to always keep going and let nature take its course and let God give us the bounty that only He can provide. So anyway, you guys, that's it for my garden today. Just wanted to show you what's been happening since we've had all the rains and let you know that anything is possible. Just look at this. Anything is possible. Happy gardening, you guys. Until next time, bye. By the way, I don't worry about little things like this. I mean, if the birds want to eat, let them eat. Just like with the corn over there. If the squirrels are hungry, let the squirrels go to town. Like, even if I get no corn, at least I tried and I can try again. Every year I try again. So, not really a big deal. We just learn a lesson and we literally, there are times when I plant enough for the bugs and for the animals and let them have at it too.